Hi everyone, I am Suyash and today I will talk about the case of Mohammad Zahid versus State through NCB. Wherein the Honorable Supreme Court discussed Section 427 of the Code of Criminal Procedure that deals with sentencing of an offender who has already been sentenced for another offense. Before adverting any further, it is important to understand that the court discussed the notions of consecutive sentence and concurrent sentence in the present case. Briefly speaking, consecutive sentence means two or more sentences of jail time to be served in sequence, whereas concurrent sentence means two or more sentences of jail time to be served simultaneously. In the present case, the court answered the following question: whether the sentences imposed against an accused by two different courts in two different trials should run concurrently or consecutively. In order to answer this question, let us understand Section 427, subsection 1 of CRPC that provides that when a person already undergoing a sentence of imprisonment is sentenced on a subsequent conviction to imprisonment or imprisonment for life, such imprisonment or imprisonment for life shall commence at the expiration of the imprisonment to which he has been previously sentenced, unless the court directs that the subsequent sentence shall run concurrently with such previous sentence. Thus, unless otherwise specified, the subsequent sentence runs consecutively and not concurrently. By consecutive sentence, it is meant that the subsequent sentence shall commence after the expiration of the first sentence. And concurrent sentence generally means that the sentences will go on simultaneously or in a parallel manner. Further, Section 427 subsection 2 provides that when a person already undergoing a sentence of imprisonment for life is sentenced on a subsequent conviction to imprisonment for a term or imprisonment for life, the subsequent sentence shall run concurrently with such previous sentence. Thus, Section 427 subsection 2 provides an exception to Section 427 subsection 1 that where the first sentence is life imprisonment, the subsequent sentence would run concurrently with the life imprisonment. It is also pertinent to note that what Section 427 is referring to is sentencing by two different courts in two different trials that involve different cause of action. In this regard, the general rule is that where there are different transactions, different crime numbers, and cases have been decided by different judgments, concurrent sentence cannot be awarded under Section 427 of CRPC. In the present case, the court also outlined that under Section 427 subsection 1 of CRPC, the court has the power and discretion to issue a direction that all the subsequent sentences run concurrently with the previous sentence. But such discretion has to be exercised judiciously depending upon the nature of the offense or the offenses committed and the facts in situation. What is important is that there ought to be a specific direction by the court that the subsequent sentence is to run concurrently with the previous sentence. Therefore, in conclusion, following important points emerge. A. If a person already undergoing a sentence of imprisonment is sentenced on a subsequent conviction to imprisonment, such subsequent term of imprisonment would normally commence at the expiration of the imprisonment to which he was previously sentenced. B. Ordinarily, the subsequent sentence would commence at the expiration of the first term of imprisonment unless the court directs the subsequent sentence to run concurrently with the previous sentence. C. Where the first sentence is life imprisonment, the subsequent sentence would run concurrently with the life imprisonment. D. Unless otherwise specified, the subsequent sentence runs consecutively and not concurrently. E. Concurrent sentence cannot be awarded where the cause of action or the transactions are different in different cases. F. The court does have the discretion to direct that the subsequent sentences shall run concurrently. G. But such discretion is to be exercised judiciously, and there must be a specific direction to such effect. Therefore, I hope that the mandate of Section 427 of CRPC and the difference between concurrent and consecutive sentences is clear by now. Hence, I hope you enjoyed listening to the show. Thank you for listening. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, or comment. See you next time. Till then, stay tuned.